Hello everybody, Matthew Ruffner here again, and this week's topic is going to be on the best day of my life. So, I have 2 kids. I've told you guys this in the last video, but nothing is quite as good as your very first child coming into this world. So, it's kind of a funny story, but it's also the best day of my life. So, my wife was actually in labor for about 30 hours or so on our first kid, which was a little more than normal. She was not having fun with it, I'll tell you that. She spent most of her time here at home with most of her labor, and then we decided to go to the hospital at probably about 9 or 10 at night. And we were there for a couple hours and nothing was really going on. She was having contractions and stuff like that, but it wasn't speeding up. So the hospital was making her walk and stuff like that, to try to speed it up. And so they sent her home. We were here at home, and I got to sleep for a few hours, and her mom came over and comforted her for a couple hours, and we ended up going to the hospital. So we went to the hospital and nothing was speeding up again, so they eventually just kept us there, and I actually went to sleep and her mom stayed with her, and then I woke up and everything started happening a little bit. It was kind of a progressive thing. If anybody who has kids, I'm sure you know what it is, even though every childbirth is different. And so I also had some family at the hospital as well. And my cousin Mikey, who is probably the closest thing I have to a brother, he actually was home from Tennessee because that's where he goes to school, and his wife is there and stuff like that. And so he asked if we were getting hungry, and I said, yeah, I'm actually getting pretty hungry. I don't think anything's happening anytime soon. My wife was only dilated to like a 5 or something like that. She had just gotten her epidural. So I went downstairs in the hospital with my cousin Mikey, and we were getting Subway, and we were sitting there eating and talking and stuff like that. And I hadn't even ordered my mother her food yet either. So we were sitting there talking, and all of a sudden her mom calls me, and she's like, Matt, you need to get up here right now. And I was like, oh crap, I'm missing something. So I ran upstairs as fast as I could, and by the time I even got upstairs, the doctor was there, and my wife was starting to have the baby, and I was downstairs eating. But yeah, I was only gone for about 10 minutes, which was pretty crazy that it jumps that far ahead. But just being able to see my firstborn son and being able to hold him and everything else was probably the best day of my life. Not to take away from my second child, though. I do love him just as much as I love my first one, but there's just nothing like the excitement of having your very first kid. But yeah, that's really probably the best day of my life. Alright everybody, I hope you all have a great week.